This week in GTA Online, we've got two very different rides up for grabs entirely for free. The first one that's going to be built more for precision and heritage, and it's also a collector's favorite in the game. And the other is going to pack some pretty good power as well as modern upgrades under what's definitely more of a classic frame. Today on the show, we're going to be checking out both of these free DLC vehicles for this week's update in GTA Online. We're going to be reviewing their performance, testing them out on the track, and also seeing how each one stacks up and whether either of these deserve a spot in one of your garages or not. So welcome back to the channel, everyone, and let's jump in. First up this week is the Progen GP1, which is this week's LS Car Meet prize ride, and in order to unlock it for $0, all you need to do is place top 5 in LS Car Meet Series races for 4 consecutive days in a row. So if you have not gotten started on attempting to unlock this vehicle, just make sure you do, because you'll have today, Tuesday, Wednesday, in the early hours of Thursday morning before the new weekly update goes live to complete the challenge and claim it. Otherwise, it's going to cost you $1.26 million from Legendary Motorsport, and this is actually one of the original 186 vehicles Rockstar removed from in-game websites with the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC back in June of 2023, but I think that as of either this Money Fronts update or even Agents of Sabotage, they brought it back, which is awesome. This car is going to give you remarkable acceleration, really good handling. It's great in those tight sort of corners and turns and things like that, and it's even better on winding corners. You get strong braking and really good stability as well if it's raining or something like that, or, you know, the next time it snows in GTA Online over the Christmas holiday. This car is also pretty good at handling in the snow. While the top speed is 124 miles an hour, that's not going to be super competitive against newer supercars, but still, I think you get great performance and value overall with this vehicle. It's a big collector's item if you want a taste of that sort of hypercar heritage, because this is one of the original hypercars in real life. And, well, of course, while it does have some shortcomings in GTA, I think the fact that there's a lot of real life history with this vehicle is what makes it great. So let's head to the track and test out how this bad boy performs. And here we are with my McLaren F1, the Progen GP1 in GTA Online. I tried to copy the Le Mans version as close as I could. You can get very close with the hood and the engine cover, as well as like the rear like trunk vents basically. The rims I had trouble with. In terms of the rim style, these are basically what are on the car from one of the photos I have, and I'm referencing from Google, but like they're deep dish. They're super far inset. Like I guess the offset on the wheel is super high or something like that. At least they stick flush out to the end of the car and the fenders, which is nice. So let's take this to the track and see how it does. Here we are at the track, and truth be told, I'm not sure what time I'm gonna set with this car because I haven't driven it in probably over a year. I'll say maybe the 2-minute 45, 2-minute 50-second time. I think maybe we could even break 240 if I have a perfect lap. So we will get going in 3, 2, 1, go. Stopwatch is set, car hooks up right away, and we launch. And of course, you guys should be able to have a stopwatch on screen so you can see it's not just me timing it off my phone. You can actually see the stopwatch going on, counting up in real time. And if you guys have seen my free DLC vehicles guides before, you guys know the route I take. If not, well, you are about to find out. I just don't want to take too long explaining. Let's just get into the driving. And I could say, like I was kind of talking about in the performance preview and review of this car in the scripted format, this car handles well on a track like this, where the roads and the turns are very windy, long, drawn-out turns, not super sharp, although it can handle sharp corners. You can see, I mean, I basically have taken 2 shortcuts so far, but I take them in all the vehicles because it just makes driving a little bit easier with all of them. That being said, is there anything that stands out that's like a super negative with this car that I can point out? And honestly, no. I'll say the only negative is maybe there's just a little bit of understeer. If you're like really trying to get around a corner, this car just feels like I don't want to say it plows, because it doesn't. There's cars in this game that that, you know, they're all-wheel drive and they just can't get around a corner as easily as like a rear-wheel drive car is. Although, you know, you do have to worry about traction issues with a rear-wheel drive car. At least with all-wheel drive, you know, I'd say you get better traction overall because all 4 wheels have power put to them and they're able to dig into the pavement. But when it comes to turning, you know, you're using the available traction of your tires, and they're meant, and, you know, the wheels on the car are spinning. And you guys know with physics, you only have so much that you can apply and so much force you can apply to tires and wheels before, you know, just physics takes over and they give out, right? So you either want to dedicate it all to power delivery on the road. Of course, that's all-wheel drive is great when you're going in a straight line. But a car that's rear-wheel drive will get around the track just a little bit easier, just because of the fact that, you know, you don't have power being delivered to all four wheels, so it's not like you have a little bit of traction left over in the tires, right? But that also means that the car can step out on you, and you got to be careful with fishtailing, oversteering, and stuff like that. So there's disadvantages and advantages to both types of drivetrains. With this car, I don't think it would really matter because it just feels good to drive, right? And that's how a lot of, obviously, I mean, this is a hypercar. This is one of the first hypercars ever made. Oh God, I took my eyes off the road just for a second to look at the time. Oh my Lord. We are gonna break the 2-minute 40-second time. Even with that, we did have a perfect lap of no crashes. 2 minutes, 39 seconds flat. I could have been a second or two faster if I just didn't take my eyes off the road right there and go off the track. But this car is great. If you, I mean, you could AFK drag races to complete the LS Car Meet Prize Ride Challenge. This car is super worth it. It's worth buying anyway at the 1.26 million. It's not crazy expensive, and you get good customization options, beautiful performance. I love this car. Next up is the Bravado Greenwood, which you can win for $0 if you get lucky at the Diamond Casino and Resort by spinning the lucky wheel. The Greenwood in this game is going to draw inspiration from the 1977 and 78 Dodge Monaco, as well as the Plymouth Fury. Performance is going to be better than it was in previous GTA games when this car was featured, and I think overall in this game you get good speed and acceleration. Nothing crazy, but solid. And also, since it's a muscle car, you get that unique ability to use the handbrake and then launch, and you'll perform wheelies with this car, so that's going to be pretty cool. Good handling for its size. It has great durability in collisions, and you also maintain your momentum if you crash into the back of cars, so that's really appreciated right there. You can also equip it with the Monty-Tech upgrades like that remote control unit mod, or of course even that missile lock-on jammer, which is definitely the upgrade I'd go with. Additionally, it does lack bulletproof or even bullet resistant windows, but what's nice about this car and this Monty-Tech vehicle is it gives you a generic map blip icon and not a unique one like when you drive the Omnis EGT, for example. Now, of course, even without the bulletproof windows, you can add armor plating for increased explosive resistance as well, and add some slick proximity mines as well. I think you get great value with this car too. You get classic aesthetics, but they're more merged with modern and Monty-Tech upgrades and things like that. It's up to you if you think that versatility with this is worth adding to your garage, but of course, when you can get it just by winning the lucky wheel, it's definitely worth it. So let's take it to the track and see how we do. And here is my beautiful Bravado Greenwood, which I just changed the customization of to match Roland's vehicle in Season 3 of True Detective. He's got a totally different vehicle. He's got the, is it the 73 Dodge Cornet? I think maybe it's 72, but he's got it in like a dark maple brown with like a gray vinyl roof. So I tried to basically copy that with a few little liberties I've taken. It actually, man, it looks terrible in this lighting because the sun's setting, because I had to recustomize my car, but I went with similar rims. The white wall on his tires weren't as aggressive, but let's take this to the track and see how it does. This thing is a total boat of a vehicle, so let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Launch. Get a little bit of wheel spin, more than the Progen GP1. And I know, because I'm sure someone's going to comment that this isn't a Dodge Cornet. I know we talked about it at the review, right? Like, this is a Dodge Monaco. Either way, I just wanted to kind of copy the visual aesthetic of that guy's car from True Detective and not copy the car itself. Because I think it looks good like this. This is a nice looking, older, classic vehicle. It's big, it's robust, good muscle. Obviously, it's heavy, so expect that. While you're driving, this thing is not a supercar, it's not even a sports car. I am trying to bear around these corners as hard as I can, and it does get around, but obviously going from driving that Progen GP1 to this, holy, it's got so much, you know, the weight transfer on this car is so extreme with the suspension. I have this thing lower just a little bit. I don't have it slammed because it looks really bad slammed, but I didn't like the stock suspension setup because, one, I wanted a little bit better traction in the corners, and if you lower the suspension on cars in GTA, you do get improved cornering and handling, and maybe even traction to a certain extent. But obviously, I still want to, what would be the word? Like, keep or, you know, maintain the integrity of this car and not turn it into like a slammed vehicle. So I only lowered it with like street, I think, or maybe I just kept lowered. I did it 1 or 2 notches. So it would probably handle a little bit better if you lower the suspension all the way, but I just didn't like the way it looked. And a lot of cars, if you lower suspension all the way in this game, a lot of the wheels and tires on cars clip through the fenders when you're taking sharp corners if there's like a lot of weight transfer when you're making turns going left and right. And that's definitely prevalent with a car like this. You could see just how much it leans either direction, and that's just staple. Like, that is an old car characteristic. You know, that is every single car you'll see driving, unless it's heavily modified, right? Any stock version of any car up until maybe, I don't know, early 2000s, late, or at the very least late 90s, because of just old body styles on vehicles. We notice after 2000, styling starts to change, and even though it's still old, it's a little bit more modern than stuff that was like pre-1990s. So what we're sitting with here is a very fun muscle car to drive. We are at a 2-minute and 18-second pace right now. I just don't know if we're going to be able to... I mean, we're not going to beat the time that we set with the Progen GP1, I don't think. It just feels like we're going slower. Obviously, we are. And I gotta get out of the way of some of these annoying cars. It was very close right there. I actually almost completely wiped out. You hit the dirt in this car, you gotta watch out. Or if you don't anticipate a car jumping out in front of you or something like that, definitely be mindful. Overall, though, this car is not bad by any means. I actually really like it. It feels really good for an old muscle car in this game. And, you know, is it the best Amani Tech car? No, it's probably one of the worst. But it's still sweet looking, and I buy cars for the looks as well as performance. We are at, oh wait, 3 minutes, 3 seconds. Okay, oh my god, I messed it up. Whoa, I don't know what the timer was, because what was it, 2 minutes 40? I'm confused. Did I say 3 minutes 45 seconds for the Progen GP1 and then 2 minutes 45 for this? Maybe we were 2:45 for the Progen GP1 and 3 minutes for this. I didn't mean to say 3:45 for the Progen GP1. If I did, I think I may have left the timer going too long, but no, I thought I started it right away, and I'm just imagining things. It was 2:45 for the Progen GP1, right? And this was like 3 minutes. We'll see with the stopwatch. I gotta look in the editing, because now I'm confusing myself. I don't know what I did. I think I messed up. With all that being said, though, we are going to be wrapping things up right here. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv for daily GTA Online money grinding live streams. Also check out my YouTube shorts and TikToks for daily short form, rapid fire tips, tricks, news, updates, leaks, guides, tutorials, and more. I upload 2 times a day over on there if you want some short form content. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the video for GTA Online tomorrow. Adios, amigos.